What's up, everybody? Tisono Lance, bringing you the brand new video. Today I want to talk about the discussion between balanced cards and why, in my personal opinion, balanced cards exist not to be good, but exist to have a power level, to have a line where power level is divided by. So, there's a reason why certain cards like MST there's a reason why Twin Twister is played over MST in most situations. It's because even that discard cost, even if that discard cost is a major one, you're still getting rid of two cards compared to MST's one card, which arguably both of these cards are equal power level in terms of advantage, because they're both 1-for-1s. But Twin Twister is better because you have the option to destroy up to two cards. You don't have to necessarily destroy two cards, but you could destroy up to two cards. There's also a reason why Raigeki and Dark Hole are completely different cards. Raigeki you see a lot more because Raigeki is a bit less fair than Dark Hole. And this is and the reason why I think this is actually more like logic towards Hearthstone logic than anything. If you guys play Hearthstone, there's a defining line between cards that are actually absolutely broken and absolutely fair. With the cards that are absolutely fair, they don't see play in Hearthstone. But but if the card is absolutely broken, it will see play. There's a card called Mysterious Challenger. It's a paladin card. For those of you who don't know what Hearthstone logic is, or what Hearthstone talk is about, it's a 6-mana 6/6 minion. Basically, it's a monster that plays like up to 6 secrets, which is pretty broken. But there's also a card called Novice Engineer, which is a 2-mana 1/1 that draws you a card. The power level between those two cards are exorbitant, and they're really in one card sees play over the other. The Mysterious Challenger sees play over Novice Engineer because, well, Mysterious Challenger basically draws you 6 cards. There's also a power level like that said in between Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes as well. There's a reason why Monkey Board or the Draco Pal deck is so much better than Shiranui. There's a reason why that Monarchs are so much better than Shiranui. It's because the Shiranui cards are generally fair. They don't have cards that affect your opponent in any way except for the Trap and Spirit Master. But there's also but the reason why Draco Pals is so good is because Draco Face Off, Vector Pendulum, Luster Pendulum, Monkey Board, Skull Crobat Joker, those cards are blatantly unfair. In the Necros format, Unicorn was seen as such an unfair card compared to Mistake, because first of all, Mistake isn't searchable. Unicorn is. It's also better. It replaces itself. You can search out protection for it. You can also search out other things that prevent Unicorn from dying. You also have the utility of making rank 4s with Unicorn if you so needed to. Generally speaking, these cards are considered unfair compared to other cards. So, but I'm comparing Mistake to that is currently not seeing play right now to another card that's not seeing play right now either. But there's a reason why Shiranui as an archetype isn't being played right now. Is because Draco Pals are so much more unfair. They're so much more broken. So therefore, you're going to see these decks over and over again. But for the most part, I think Konami continuously has to make certain cards more broken than others. In order for other cards to see play. They wanted Cyber Dragon Infinity to seem like it's a broken card, that way people would actually gravitate towards it. That's why the power level of Cyber Dragon Infinity is so much better than most Exceed monsters in the game. The only reason why it can't see play at the moment is because Ptolemaeus is banned, and Ptolemaeus is an extremely unfair card. Because having the ability for any rank 4 deck to make any rank 5 or higher deck, or any rank 4 deck to make anything other than rank 4s is pretty broken. So having cards that are completely balanced will not see play generally. There are obviously exceptions to the rule. Cards I think that are extremely fair that are currently seeing play are on the limited list actually. Some of them are some of the cards that I think that are pretty fair but that are still decently played. Mathematician is a pretty good example of this. Not Trish. Lord Darkness is pretty fair. Gold Sarcophagus is pretty fair, and it's not a seed play, but it's still decently fair. Book of Moon is fair enough, but that card's not currently seen in play either. But you get the idea. Generally speaking, that if a card is not necessarily fair, it won't see play. I'm pretty sure that there's numerous examples of Magic the Gathering to discuss whether cards are fair and broken, and you can see the power level between them. I know this is going to sound like a newbie example, but Black Lotus is probably considered one of the most broken cards in all of Magic the Gathering. That's because it's unfair. But cards like other things that aren't unfair, I'm not going to name examples because I don't know. I'm not very well versed in Magic the Gathering to know that there are unfair cards, but I'm pretty sure that there's a power level between unfair and fair cards. Generally speaking, if Konami continues, like, I'm going to go on to a different tangent about errata cards, like, Crush Card Virus, making these cards seem quote-unquote more fair, these cards probably won't see play. Ring of Destruction did see a play when it came back for the Necros format. It did see some play. It was mostly used in the control decks, like Yosenju's and all that stuff. It was used mainly to destroy that one monster. It was usually made